What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video, and I just realized that there's something that I've yet to explain to you. So you know how we always talk about how I used to be overweight and and then I lost a lot of weight. You might be thinking, well, if that's the case, then Dean, why did you get to a stage where you had to lose like 10 plus kilos this year? So it's one of them. You might be thinking, so were you overweight and then you weren't overweight, and then at some stage you were overweight again and now you're not overweight anymore? Like, who even knows at this point? So in today's video, all is going to be explained. I'm going to do a video on why comfort is your enemy in 2026. But first, we have to get a few really important things out of the way. First up, how sick is this fleece? My brother and his fiance bought me this for Christmas, and I'm a big fan of fleece jackets recently, and this is like a fleece half button thing. But yeah, I love this thing. It is super comfy, it is stylish, and I'm a big fan. Secondly, as you can see, food shop is done. Let's have a quick look at what we got today. Alright, so this is what we are working with, keeping things super simple. Got myself some chicken thigh fillets and some chicken sausages as protein sources. I was going to do ground beef and make like a chili this week, but I made these a few days ago in the air fryer just to like test my juicy chicken making skills, and these turned out absolutely amazing. So I got these in. Fruits, blueberries, gonna go in the yogurt bowls. Cherries are just for general consumption, keeping it simple. Fresh veg for the next couple days. I'll normally split this into 2 portions. This protein sourdough loaf, I was really skeptical about trying this because I was thinking, well, I love sourdough, but a protein sourdough, what's that going to taste like? Turns out this is absolutely amazing. So if you have an Aldi near you, get on this stuff because it's phenomenal. Couple of ready meals I always keep just as standby backups. Like sometimes I just need a quick lunch and I'll just throw these in the microwave, and actually macros and calories, they're pretty good. Got some little Greek yogurt pots. As you know, I love a yogurt bowl in general, but sometimes in the evening I find myself like craving something a bit like refreshing. So especially that lemon flavor I've had before, really good. So I think they're like 6 grams of protein a pot as well. So if I have 2 of those, it's a nice little boost of protein. Hake Mornay, this is another like this is something I can just throw in the air fryer when I don't want to cook an actual dinner. I can just throw this in the air fryer and that comes out really good. Got myself some half fat cheese because I've been on a beans on toast kick recently, and I really want to add some cheese to it because cheesy beans on toast is bloody phenomenal. Aldi also used to do this like low calorie chocolate brownie flavour ice cream. It's a bit different to this. This is a bit higher in calories to the one that used to be in the purple tub, but if it tastes like that, I don't really care because still 114 calories per quarter tub isn't that bad really as far as ice cream goes. I could easily have like half a tub of this and some blueberries as a nighttime snack if I wanted. Bit of oat milk for when I have my protein coffees, which isn't every day but still nice to have it with that. I'm a massive like savoury snack person, and these ready salted Ridge Lights, as far as crisps go, I think these are absolutely top tier. 119 calories in a bag as well, and I got the small individual bags because if I get a big bag I'm just going to probably eat the whole bag in one sitting. And the last thing I picked up was this candle. This cost me a tenner, this thing, but I smelled it in the shop and I thought it smelled great. So I love a candle in general. I like my space to smell nice, so this should stop me buying candles for quite some time. And that is it, guys. That is my little food haul for today. This will do me a few days. I typically do like 2 to 3 food shops a week, but this fulfills like a good core of what I'm going to eat over the next few days. And now that that's done, the next thing on the agenda, let's get to the gym. By the way, guys, Happy New Year. I feel like I should have opened with that really, but I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas and New Year. Hope you spent some quality time with your family or whoever you spent it with. Hope you managed to get some good rest. But equally, I hope you're ready to take on 2026. Hope you've got your goals set. You know what? I have got a really good feeling about this year. I just feel like things have been falling into place a little bit more recently. I got some really cool things in the pipeline. And as always, I'm just excited to pick up the camera, share it with you, and hopefully provide some content that's inspiring, entertaining, insightful in some way. So really hope you enjoy the video. Sit back, relax, and let's get into this one. Okay guys, so today's session is arms, and as you know, my goal this year is to get in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. Made some really good steps towards it last year, but I know I've got about like, I want to say 4 to 6 months work to do if I'm going to get to where I want to be. So today's an arm day. I was hoping to come in and do some hamstrings and stuff, but I've got to get a paddle a little bit later, so I need to make sure that I preserve the legs. And the thing is about arms, if you follow me on Instagram, you might see that sometimes I do post like workout clips. A lot of times, yes, it's arms. And it might look like I'm just doing stuff like pump exercises or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, arms are just like any other muscle group. I think a lot of guys want bigger arms. They want arms that look good, but they just do the pump exercises and they just get a pump on, and they don't actually like think about every muscle group. If you actually want it to grow bigger and stronger, you need to progressively overload it. You need to make sure that you come in and train hard. You need to train to a good format. You need to make sure that you're stimulating those muscles to grow. So
I'm not going to film the whole workout today, but I just wanted to let you know that, like, you know, if you want your arms to grow, which if you're a guy, you probably do. I mean, girls, yeah, they look amazing on girls as well. But yeah, if you want them to grow, you need to make sure you train them like any other muscle group with good weight, with good form, with like good structure, and you need to make sure that you progressively overload over time. Because, like, you know, I can safely say that it's probably one of the biggest things that I get complimented on with my physique is definitely arms. So, you know, the reason for that is because I've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that I'm progressive and consistent and making sure that I'm training them hard. So maybe you'll get a glimpse of that today. Alright guys, solid workout in the books. Just wanted to show you because we're coming up to a milestone. So we're coming up to a year since I got the Octavia VRS Estate, and I have loved this car every single day since I've had it. It's actually filthy right now. This is probably the dirtiest it has ever been. Not for lack of trying. As you know, I've got that maintenance schedule with Reese, and the schedules just have not been scheduling recently. So I'm going to get this booked in for a good deep clean inside and out ASAP, because it breaks my heart to see it this dirty. But yeah, done nearly 15,000 miles in a year in this thing and loved every single one of them. This thing is just never ceases to amaze me. Also, it's just past midday and I've not eaten a single thing yet today. Now is where I'd normally say let's go get a Subway, but one of the things that I told myself that I was going to do this year is just spend a little bit less money. Every single month when I do my budgeting, my biggest spend, pretty much by a long way, like my biggest needless spend should I say, is eating out. And I just, looking at the numbers, I'm just like, I should be a bit more sensible about this. And today's one of them days. I'm not really pressed for time. I do have food at home that I can cook, so yeah, we're gonna do the sensible thing and go home and cook. Let's call this growth, shall we? Guys, look at the snow. The heavens have like properly opened and it's actually snowing quite a lot and it's sticking. What was this, Christmas Day? Anyways, I've showered and I'm not going to show myself eating the food because it's not a full day of eating video, but I just wanted to show you. I've got a slice of protein sourdough that I showed you earlier from Aldi. Smoked salmon, 50 grams of that, one very large egg, and then this yogurt actually went off yesterday, so if I'm throwing up later in the video, this is why. But it's 0% fat Greek yogurt, and literally I've just mashed in a banana because I just wanted a bit of extra protein and carbs. So this is what I'm having for my post-workout snack. Well, snack, this is a meal. Alright, so it's probably about time we discussed the topic of the video, and that is why comfort is the enemy in 2026. So the more eagle-eyed viewers might have realised that even before the technically first channel on this video, which I published early 2025, if you were subscribed to me before then, you will know that I uploaded some videos before that as well, which are obviously now deleted. That is because I did start the channel a while before 2025. However, although my intention was always to make a channel like this, it was a channel that was intended to entertain, to inspire, to tell my story, to document my journey. Before that was still the intention, to create videos like that, but the channel quickly became something it wasn't supposed to be. And that is because, you know, in the situation that I was in previously, like, you know, contextually, like, it was a previous relationship, and I went into that relationship in a really good headspace. You know, prior to that, like, this has gone back quite a while now, but have been obese most of my adult life. And when I lost the weight and got myself in a very, very much of a better headspace as a result of, you know, losing that weight and growing in confidence and just like showing myself that I was capable of achieving more, etc., etc. Yeah, I got into that relationship and I was kind of thinking, yeah, this is the right time. This is all good. This is the right step for me right now. And it was. I still wholeheartedly believe that. But there's no denying that I let my standards slip as a result of that and sacrifice
compromise. They're all very important parts of a relationship. But I went about it the wrong way. I hold my hands up and concede that, like, no, like, I take full accountability for it. It was all me. It was my fault. I let that new situation kind of, like, you know, overtake the things that made me feel like me. So when I got into that relationship, you know, I no longer had structure and systems in my training. I no longer regulated my food like I know that I should do, because, well, that's probably the biggest problem for me anyways. Basically, I just let my standards slip. And although, you know, I thought just like kind of doing that would be fine. I was in a relationship and all that, but it wasn't. And over time, throughout that period, I did start to gain weight. In fact, you know, I remember I was sitting at a very healthy 80 kilos, in great shape. I was, you know, I had abs, I was really nice and lean, I was muscular. But yeah, throughout the next couple of years, I just slowly gained a fair amount. And before I knew it, I was 93 kilos. And, you know, I've shown you the data several times. This was started 2025 when I just before I started this, like, actual channel properly again. I got up to 93 kilos, 93, 94 kilos. So, you know, we're talking about 14 kilos in the space of about 2 years, and it's just not good enough. That's not me, you know. I feel like throughout that process, I'd worked so hard to, you know, get to a stage where I was happy and healthy. And then over time, I just kind of, like, slipped back. I just kind of regressed. I guess that's the best way for me to explain it. In some ways I progressed mentally and life experience wise and everything, but in many ways, in many core ways that are really important to me in my operation, yeah, I probably regressed. And no one takes this isn't finger pointing or blaming. It's none of that. This is all on me. And it goes without saying that was a tough realization for me to realize that, hang on, Dean, you know, you did so well. What's happened here? Why are you in this situation again? And it's because I got comfortable. And, you know, because I got comfortable without having that system and structure to my training, even though I knew that it's what gained me all the strength that I've got. It's what gained me the size and strength and shape that I've got. And I just got too comfortable and just didn't do it anymore. Same goes for my nutrition. It's structured. It was working very well for me. It was in a way that I was eating food that I enjoyed. I was eating a good amount of food, but because I was lean enough and because I was active enough, it was fine. Yeah, I got too comfortable and forgot all about that, and just, like, forgot about all the protocols that helped me feel like me. And you know, now it's weird how much you evolve through situations like that. Like, I found myself now actively choosing the path of most resistance wherever possible. Like, for example, you all know, if you follow me on Instagram, like, I regularly post stories first thing when I wake up before I go to the gym. And I get up at 4:45 in the morning. I don't really have a reason to do that. I could easily train in the evenings. I could easily just, like, structure things where I could sleep a bit more, or go to bed a bit later, enjoy a bit more TV or whatever else I want to do. And I could just get up at what a lot of people would say is a more normal time and go to the gym in the evenings. But I don't want to do that, because getting up at 4:45 a.m. when it's absolutely freezing outside, when it's pitch black, when a lot of times it's raining here in the UK, and I've got to get into a freezing cold car, drive to the gym and be the first through the doors. I don't have to do any of that, but I choose to do it because of what it teaches me and because of what it symbolizes. It's the dedication to improving myself. It's the dedication to doing hard things. It's the resilience to do it on a consistent basis. It is anything but comfortable. And that's exactly why I do it. And then there's what my actual training and gym routine looks like. Not only am I getting up and getting there at 6 a.m, in a fair amount of the workouts that we do at our gym, we get the choice during the warm-up of a 400-meter run outside, which we will likely do more than once, or using the erg machines, so, like, you know, the ski erg, the bike erg, all that kind of thing. And anyone who knows me will know how much I despise running. I have no desire to be good at running. Usually most people stay in and use the ergs. There's normally 1 or 2 people at most who choose to go outside and go for that run. And guess who's the first person to make that decision? That is me, the person who hates running more than anyone. I don't care how cold it is outside. I don't care how much it's raining. I just get outside and I get it done. During my weight training sessions, you've seen it earlier in this video, I could easily make the decision to do maybe a bit more volume, a bit less weight, and make my my workouts a bit more comfortable. But no, I choose to work heavy. I choose to work intense. I choose to structure my training in a way that requires a lot more effort for me to get the workout done. And I know I talk a lot about my transformation over the years and how I've changed my life in so many ways. Actively choosing discomfort in any area of life has led to the same benefits that I always say fitness has given me. And you know, I always talk about how fitness was the gateway for me. Choosing difficult things and doing hard things has taught me to be resilient. Choosing to do hard things, choosing to put myself through difficulty has made me a better person. And I'm certain that if you gave it a try this year, you'll find the same for yourself. So if you're in a position where maybe you feel a little bit stuck or that you're coasting, I want you to actively ask yourself, how can I do more hard things this year? How can I actively choose difficulty? How can I actively put myself in a less comfortable position? What situations in my life am I choosing the path of least resistance? For me, actively putting yourself through discomfort in order to get what you really want out of life, that's just a huge part of it. And I think especially as a man, you've got to really embrace discomfort and understand that a large part of your life is going to be discomfort. You know, even now, me not having a partner or a family, I can very safely say to you that a lot of the reason why I work so hard these days and why I'm so driven and motivated to be the best version of myself is because I know that puts me in a better position to be able to serve my future family, like when that happens. And if it doesn't happen for whatever reason, then at least I can hold my hands up and say that I tried my best and I put myself in the best possible position to make something happen. Guys, comfort is not your friend, and if you get used to it, it will slow you down. It will give you more work to do to get you to where you want to go, and it will limit your ability to achieve great things. And I'm not saying this to be like a Gary Vee, you need to grind 24/7. I'm not that kind of person at all. But you do need to be aware of the consequences of your actions. And if you choose comfort all the time, if you choose the path of least resistance, that is going to affect your thoughts, your actions, and the way you operate. Guys, I love a good holiday as much as the next person. And on those holidays, yeah, I like to lounge around in the sun a lot of the time. But again, if that is just a very small portion of my year, and the majority of my time is spent doing hard things, seeking discomfort, seeking the path of most resistance, developing the resilience to go through that, so that if me or my future family or my loved ones go through something in the future, I can be the one who takes the bullets. I can be the one who leads us through it because I've developed the resilience, the mental strength, the ability to go through hard things so that no one else has to bear that load. I will willingly take it on. I've gone on about this for a lot longer than I expected at this point, but the key thing that I really want you to take away from this is that comfort really is the enemy. So do hard things, develop your resilience, and always choose that path of most resistance. All right, guys, so it is the next day, and I've spent pretty much all of today editing the video, and the only thing I was missing was an outro clip, which I knew I was going to film today anyways. And I thought to myself, why don't I just watch the Everton game first and then film this outro clip? It's been a really nice day so far. Spent most of it editing. I've done some cooking. I've done some errands that are going to help me. That's going to help me through the week. And we lost the game today, so now I'm in an awful mood. So that's a fantastic way to. What a great decision I made to film the outro clip after this game. Why have we done that? You know, when I was talking about going through difficulties and hard things, being an Everton fan, it's quite difficult. I mean, it's better this season than it has been for a few seasons, but it's still really difficult, guys. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Do you have any stories about getting too comfortable in a situation and how it might have affected you? Or have you gone out of your way to make your life less comfortable in any way and seen some changes in yourself in the back of it? Let me know in the comments below because I'd love to hear it. Either way, if you found the video insightful or entertaining in any way, please go ahead and give it a like. And of course, subscribe to the channel for regular Sunday uploads. Thanks again for watching the videos, guys. I've had a real upturn in stats recently, and yeah, I've just made up that people seem to be enjoying them. And I'm always grateful when you choose to spend a few minutes with me when you could have been doing literally anything. So have an amazing week ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.